All right, so everyone wants to talk about this Vikings win. I mean, does anyone see this coming? They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league this year, and here they are at 4. And, ooh, after dismantling the Packers in their own house, no less?
Yeah, a lot of people had them pegged as a team that was going to be in the running for the #1 pick in next year's draft. Not exactly a contender.
Not even close. But here's the thing. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement.
Absolutely. The Vikings went into Lambeau Field and completely controlled the game. From the opening kickoff to the final whistle, they were the better team.
And what's really got people talking is Sam Darnold's performance. 3 touchdowns in the first half. He looked like a completely different quarterback.
He really did.
Yeah.
It's like something finally clicked for him.
So is this the real Sam Darnold, the guy we saw flashes of with the Jets?
It's tough to say for sure. But you have to be impressed with what we've seen so far, especially considering his supporting cast.
You're telling me Justin Jefferson is a stud, and then you add Jordan Addison into the mix. Plus, you've got to give a ton of credit to the offensive line.
Absolutely. They've done a phenomenal job of protecting Darnold and giving him time to find his receivers.
And speaking of receivers, how about Aaron Jones's performance? Not only did he rack up over 100 yards receiving, but did you catch that celebration, choosing to celebrate with the Vikings fans instead of going for the Lambeau Leap?
Yeah, that was a really telling moment. It shows just how quickly he's bought into the team's culture and how much he believes in what they're building.
It's still early, but you have to wonder, is this sustainable? Can the Vikings keep this up?
That's the million-dollar question. And to answer it, we need to take a closer look at the other side of the ball. Jordan Love's return was a mixed bag. Career highs in yards and interceptions.
Yeah, let's talk about Love, because that was a wild one.
Yeah, let's talk about Love, because that was a wild one,
It was definitely a tale of two halves for him.
to say the least.
He came out looking a little shaky. You could tell he was pressing.
Yeah, those early interceptions were rough.
But to his credit, he settled down as the game went on, and he made some really impressive throws.
Like that touchdown pass to receiver's name in the fourth quarter.
Exactly, that was a dime.
So what's the verdict? Is Jordan Love the guy in Green Bay?
It's still too early to say for sure, but I think he showed enough to give Packers fans some hope. I mean, you have to feel for the guy a little bit. Coming back from injury, facing a tough Vikings defense on the road, that's a lot to ask of any quarterback.
No doubt. And let's not forget the Packers were missing some key players on defense.
Yeah, their secondary was decimated.
Which definitely played a role in Darnold's big day.
So maybe we need to pump the brakes on crowning the Vikings just yet.
I wouldn't say that. A win is a win. And the Vikings deserve all the credit in the world, but the Packers are still a talented team.
Yeah,
And they're going to be a tough out every week.
no doubt. The NFC North is going to be a bloodbath this year,
It's anyone's division.
which makes it all the more exciting.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about the quarterbacks, but what about the rest of the division? What other storylines are you keeping an eye on?
Well, one thing that jumps out to me is the play of the Lions' defense.
They've been really impressive so far.
They have. And they could be a real sleeper team in the NFC.
No one's talking about them.
Which is exactly how they like it.
Flying under the radar.
And then you've got the Bears.
Who are still trying to figure things out with quarterback's name at the helm.
It's a work in progress. But they've got some promising young players.
It's going to be fascinating to see how it all shakes out.
No doubt.
This NFC North race is just getting started.
And we're here for every snap.
You know, it's funny how these deep dives always seem to uncover more than we expect.
Yeah, we go in thinking we're going to talk about one thing,
Yeah,
and we end up down a completely different rabbit hole.
exactly. Like with this Vikings-Packers game, we knew it was going to be a big one, but I don't think anyone could have predicted just how much it would reveal about both of these teams.
And about the NFC North as a whole.
It's like this game just ripped the division wide open.
It's anyone's game now.
So where do we go from here? What are the biggest questions you're left with?
Well, for me, it all comes down to sustainability. Can the Vikings keep this up? Can Darnold keep playing at this level? Or will they come back down to earth?
And on the flip side, how will the Packers respond to this loss? Will they use it as motivation to get better? Or will they crumble under the pressure?
It's going to be fascinating to watch it all unfold.
No doubt, the NFC North race is officially on.
And we're going to be here every step of the way to break it all down.
That's right, so buckle up, folks. It's going to be a wild ride.
Couldn't say it better myself.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll be back next week with another breakdown of all the biggest storylines in the NFL. Until then, keep it locked right here.
We keep diving deep.